Yes, I'm the organizer of the Lone Star Expo, and we hosted this event this Saturday for investors in the Houston area who are interested in learning about real estate, about investing in real estate.
And there are, what do you do in in everyday life as a
Yes,
professional?
I am a real estate investor. So I am an investor, and I also produce our magazine, Realty 411. And we also host expos around the country. So this is what I do for, an everyday life. We invest in real estate. We learn about real estate. We interact with investors and professionals in the business. And we also produce our magazine to educate other people about real estate.
Thank you. And we know that real estate market is changing every time.
Yes.
What's now? What about now?
That's a good question, and every market is different. Every city is different. But overall, real estate is going strong. We're seeing the prices, continuing to be good. They're not going down. Maybe they're not going up as much as they were a little bit before, but they're very stable and very steady. We're also seeing a lot of new potential buyers in the marketplace, like millennials. A lot of single women are buying real estate for the first time as well. So we're seeing a lot of new people come into the market to buy that first property for themselves.
Thank you. And the market is different, you said. And
Yes.
how about Houston?
Well, Houston, everybody has a different opinion as to whether the market will continue to go up or if it will remain steady. A few people that we have listened to predict that the market will continue to rise in Houston. They think the economy is very good here, and because of that, the prices will continue to go up. Other people feel that we may have a little recession coming up soon, or they're a little bit more hesitant about real estate. But in my opinion, it's always a good time to buy real estate if you buy the right property and if you intend on holding it long term as an investment.
Thank you. Yes, there's a saying that now the market is already slow,
Yes.
and we cannot expect
A big appreciation. hmm That's a very good point. It's very hard to time a market. So what we advise investors to do is to get in, because if you try and time it, you may never buy. You're always going to think, "Oh, maybe next year it'll be better, or maybe next month I'll get in." That's not the right way of doing it. You should invest as soon as you're able to, regardless of what the market is doing, because if you buy the right property, if you buy it at a good price in a good market and you rent it out, you're going to do just fine.
and thank you for letting us know you said about the right property. What's
Yes,
the right property?
that's a good question. The right property is buying it, first of all, in a city that is increasing in population, that is growing. You don't want to buy a property in a city where people are leaving and it's going to be very hard to rent. So you want to stay in a city that has a growing population. You want to stay in a market that is expanding, that has jobs, that has industries coming in. And for people that live in Texas, they're in a phenomenal state because Texas is actually probably the number one state right now as far as economy in the United States. It's doing fabulous. There's a lot of jobs coming in. There's a lot of companies coming into Texas. So it's a very good state to buy real estate, and that's why we're having the expo here, because we're actually based in California, but we're coming to have the expo here because the market is great here, and a lot of California investors, they buy in Texas. A lot of them. My family, all of them have properties in Texas. Even I have a multifamily property in Texas, and I've had it here for 12 years. So even me, being from California, own in Texas, and the reason is because it's a great economy.
Thank you. And for Houston, there are medical center
Yes.
and oil industry.
Yes.
That we call it the energy corridor.
Yes.
So there's these two different areas. Do you have any comments for that?
Well, that's exactly why the real estate market is doing so well, because it's a strong economy, and I would advise investors to seek out areas that have a diversified economy, not just one economy, but a lot of different sectors that make up a healthy economy. And Texas has it. You mentioned medical. They have great schools too, top schools here. So they have, the medical the sector, educational sector, energy sector. They just have a very healthy overall economy. And it's very diversified, which is important when you invest. You don't want to buy in an area that only has one economy, one way of making money for the area.
Yeah, we know that the gasoline, the oil price is going down now, and we cannot see a rebound. What do you think about that will do to the real estate?
Well, because the energy is tied up, here, especially in Houston, that may cause a little bit of a decline in real estate if the oil prices decrease. However, because there's so many other industries in Houston, it's not going to really take it down. It's not going to affect it so much that it topples down, because Houston has a lot of other things going for it besides the oil. So because of the diversification that the city has, it's going to be a little bit more stable. It won't go down as much if there's a little slight change in the price of oil.
So should we pay much more attention on other industry instead of oil?
I think you should pay attention to all the industries. It's important as an investor to be educated. So, for example, me, I like to read a lot. I educate myself on the economy. What's going on in the economy? What's going on in the global economy? What's going on in the economy in the U.S.? And what's going on in my local economies where I have investments? Are they going up? Are they going down? Are jobs coming in, or are people leaving? All those things are very important to know. And if you see people leaving an area where you have your investments, it may be a good time for you to also leave, because you definitely want to buy where it's a growing economy, not a declining one. So you have to keep tabs on that, because if you see a little change where, a lot of people are leaving and there's no jobs coming in, that is going to tell you maybe you should, sell that property and buy someplace else.
Thank you very much for giving us so many informations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else you'd like to share with our audience?
Well, yes, I would encourage them not to be afraid. A lot of people are afraid to invest, or afraid to start investing. Don't be afraid. There's a lot of resources that can help you. For example, we have a free real estate magazine. You can go to our website, Realty 411, anytime. You can become educated. It's absolutely free. We don't charge anybody for the information. I would encourage them to learn, not be afraid, ask a lot of questions, and also get connected with the right people. And by going to meetings and events like this, you can become connected with people that can help you.
Thank you very much, Linda.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.